Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. What in the world is right above me? Is that a cloud? Is that a spaceship? What is that? I can't see it, but you can see the shadow going over me right now. I guess that's just nighttime falling here. Now, in between this episode and the last one, for those of you may have got that last one, we did quite a bit of stuff there. We got some progress done on our bot. We have been designing new things, and it's been going really, really well. However, why I was getting my stuff to charge up and putting on my new booster, which is definitely kind of a cool little thing to have, it's been dropping stuff. It's just been dropping random stuff on me for some reason. Recycler is just the new piece that wasn't here before. I had a conveyor just fall out of the sky right on top of my head. I had a few blocks, just round or square blocks, fall out of the sky and land on my head. I'm thinking that's a bug. I don't know if that's like your corporation trying to help you out and give you a leg up on doing stuff. But yeah, it's a little weird, a little awkward to have just stuff randomly thrown on top of you. But I'm not going to complain about it too much. Now, I moved the booster because it was kind of in the way over there. The boosters, you do got to have to set up to a button. I mean, there already is a default one. I'm not sure what it is. But boosters, you'll see right there, will give you quite a bit of force before they run out. And you're going to have to get a fuel tank to help you out with that one. And in the game, they actually do recharge up naturally. So you don't have to worry too much about not being able to use those the way you want them to. For the full effect. Because I did create a bot in the, I believe it was the, what is it called? The obstacle course that allows you to go through and kind of create your own bot and try to get to the end. But it wasn't allowing me to use, ooh, what is this? What kind of bot is that? Wow, this is what I'm talking about. I want to create like zany bots like this that don't really serve too big of a purpose when it comes to surviving very long. Like, he just got wrecked. 1 or 2 shots and he was wrecked. But it's cool because it's different, and we haven't tried it before. Alright, you're a lot faster than I am, but that's alright. I'm about to wreck you here, and you're gonna blow up. Now, the good thing about him being so far away from all the pieces, that right there doesn't happen. He does not explode and have all the pieces go flying in every direction we possibly can see, and then I have to go pick up all that stuff. Now, there is an easier way of picking that stuff up that we will get to down the road once we start getting the receivers that we need. Now, you get a small receiver, which are the ones that you guys have seen right now, and then you can get a very, very large receiver that will pick up more than just the resources. It will actually pick up the blocks themselves, and that is highly useful. That's where you can help yourself kind of clean up the mess of all these areas. Now, we did get the right angle venture brackets that we have used in the past. That's what he was using right there to give himself the extension and that kind of wacky design. Almost like, what do they call those things that, like little tiny insects that are actually able to walk on the water because their legs are so like microscopic, they can actually put themselves on the, the different molecules of the water that way. So that's kind of cool. We might try doing something like that, and I don't think it's going to work out very well, but it's definitely worth a shot. You never know how well it's going to work until you give it a try. And like we said, it may not do very well. And my base is not getting attacked, but there is another base over here apparently. So let's go ahead and attack. Let's get all this stuff destroyed. Maybe not all of it, but we definitely want these guys to feel the pain here. And we want the other guy to be destroyed as well. Let me go ahead and put this thing down. Now remember, any damage this thing takes, it will get rid of a block. This SCU does not get destroyed very easily. You have to destroy all the blocks it's ever picked up first before that thing will get destroyed. And I want to make sure that we save as many pieces as possible. Come on, there it goes. There it is. So it's gotten stuck in between those 2 base pieces, which is fine for me. If you want to guys destroy that, remember, don't get too close to exploding vehicle because it's gonna blow up and you're gonna take some damage there. Now let me look in the front. We took quite a bit of damage here, so we are going to have to repair that. We lost a lot of weapons. I'm hoping that we got more weapons in return for all that damage, but yeah, we will have to take a moment and kind of recoup from that. Now, if you're thinking, how do I pick up anchored blocks and put them inside that thing? Well, when you put them down, if you've ever picked them up, it's going to attach them to the ground, where you can drag them up high enough off the ground that you can drop them like that, and then it will get picked up, or you can just drag it over the item itself over here and it will immediately go inside. So that is always an option right there. Oh, and we got something new here. We got our first terminal right here, which is going to be really, really useful, and that's going to be nice. So let me go ahead and start putting some pieces down here. In fact, instead of singles, I'm going to go with doubles, because the doubles are going to help cut down on lag and help me put down a few less than what I would normally put down. So let me change the direction. We want them to go that way, and one more, so we don't want the double there. Nice. All right, so if I move those, I could definitely go with the double, but I think that's going to be fine, fine the way it is. Do we want to put a wheel on there? Actually, did we not do that? Yeah, maybe we didn't. Maybe we just did it this way. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's the way we did it right there. Okay, so that is actually perfect because it gives us 1 in the center rather than, 2 in the center, and that's a little bit uneven. Let's do another one right here. Now, you can put down as many of these as you want. You don't have to click over here, drag one, click over here, drag one. Thankfully, they kind of have fixed that, so you can put down as many of those items as you want there. Remember, the weapons you have in the front are going to take the brunt of the damage, so if you have really good weapons, my suggestion would be not to put them on the front. Put them on the second row or maybe the third row, because they're going to get destroyed fairly quickly. Let's put these things here. We'll go ahead and let this thing get picked up, and I'll put down a fully charged version of itself right there, because it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute before I have the power to do anything right now. Once I get some of the stuff that I need, the wireless chargers, and enough batteries, we're going to be able to do it a little bit easier. So where do you want to put this thing? Well, you can put this thing anywhere on your bot, as long as you can get to it easily and things don't pop off every time you do. When you put it down on the ground, you're able to actually come over here to the terminal on the face of it and right-click on it like you do with any of the other stuff. And now I can buy pieces on the go. I can put those things down wherever I want, and I can actually buy stuff. And when I buy these pieces, it will deliver it to my current location. So it's a store on the go, and that is incredibly useful because you may not have planned ahead, and you may be missing a few pieces that you really, really, really want. And it's just that one little linchpin piece that you lost for whatever reason, and you only had like one of them. I kind of reminded of like Stargate back in the day. You watch those TV show, they go on like their hyperdrive. They only had one hyperdrive on there. They lost it, and because they lost it, they were stranded in space. You don't want to be that guy. Don't be that guy who gets stranded without that repair, that extra tire, that spare in the trunk. You're definitely gonna suck if you go down that route. Let's see, what else can we do? We do have a few more pieces, so let's go ahead and get rid of this wheel, put it over here for now, and we are going to drag out a few more of our blocks so that we can extend the way this is going. Do we want to do 2? Yeah, we'll do 2, and we'll do 1 over here. Let's get rid of the booster for now. We'll put that down later. We'll put this thing down because I want to put that on my base actually really quick. Or not on my base, but next to my base, I should say. Wheels, we got plenty of those, so let's go ahead and put those things down. I am going to replace all the small wheels here in the center. Like I said before, that's just going to give me extra weight distribution. That's going to allow me to have more weapons, have more blocks. Right now, it's only going up about 3 high on the height, but that does not mean I can't have a lot more than that if I so choose. I can go up, as high as I want to the certain point. I think it was, what was it, like 40 wide and 40 long, and I think it goes up like 80 high or something. Like, it's ridiculous the height that you're allowed, but the wheels, the weight distribution really kind of hampers that. So don't expect it to be like this giant high tower. I mean, you can do it, but yeah, it's not. You're gonna get stuck, and you're also gonna be top heavy, and you go over a hill, you're gonna tumble head first, and always have to be going into build mode to kind of fix that. Now, one thing you can see in here is we have space. We have space on the inside, and we can put more blocks down, or something you can do if you want to, distribute that weight even more, is to put wheels on the inside. And now all that weight is going to be extra wheels, to help with that. Kind of nice if you're not using it for any other purpose. And right now we're not using it for any purpose, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, I could put down the wheels on this side as well. We do have the smaller wheels, but I don't think these things are going to touch the ground, so I'm going to leave them off for now. They're not really the greatest things anyways, and yeah, they're not great. but we can definitely move things around a little bit, so it's a little bit more even-handed where the weight distribution is. It's not all just on one side or the other. Let's see, what else we got? I need to put something in the back a little bit. Some type of blocks, maybe right about here. And the same thing on this side. Another few right about there. Just to kind of help with that extra protection, so that we can put some weapons back here, because I do need some weapons to protect this side, because that's where they're trying to go towards the back, and I have absolutely nothing right now to stop them from doing that, and I don't want them to wreck me. Let's see, we got these. I'm gonna do these here in the back. I like these guys because they do kind of track the enemy. Now, I've been told that the other one supposedly will track the enemy as well. I don't know that for sure, and if it does work, it's not something I would rely on, to be honest. I've seen them not be that effective, and that's just personal choice from experience, but like I said, I could be wrong on that one. I guess I'm going to go ahead and turn that one to face the back. As I said before, the back is where they try to get you, and I would rather have extra DPS there than anywhere else. Let's see, so this one is facing to the front on the other side, so yeah, we'll do that so that everything is the same. If it works on one side, it should work on the other. And we do have a few more blocks, so we can throw those right there. And another weapon right on the top. There we go. The weapons automatically default, thankfully, go towards the front of your bot, which is really, really nice on those occasions where that's exactly what you want. Let's go ahead and take these off. We don't need those up there anymore. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Let's go ahead and put those on. What we could do, actually, is... we might have to put another shield generator and repair bubble on these things. Okay, so we can put another one on the other side. So I may have to buy one here for a second. Let's see. Let's put this terminal down. I do apologize, guys, if we're taking a little bit longer than we normally do. But I want to make sure this guy is not going to get destroyed. You spend a little bit of time to make sure, and everything goes really smoothly. So 175 for the... can we buy one of these? Oh, we don't have enough. We just spent it. Oh, well, we can fix that. We can fix that. We can go ahead and get another one of those. There's a repair bubble. I do want the wireless charger. Wireless charger, now that we have access to it, is going to be a thing. So we're going to go get some resources here in a minute and snag those. But let's go ahead and put these... Oh, we already have one. We already have one. Thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely do. So let's put that there. And let's put the other one right here. And then let's snag this wireless charger. And you're about to see, once I put the batteries on, what this actually does. So if we put this in the back, it's going to be close enough. Now it's getting charged up wirelessly from the solar generator. It still has to be connected to a power source. Power source is the solar generator or a battery that you have on another bot. If you have your base over there and you have a lot of batteries on it, and it builds up a lot of charge, a lot of energy during the day, and it can use that at night, and it has extra, when you come by and it has these wireless chargers, it will go ahead and charge up your batteries. You can see they're completely and totally charged up right now, which is what I actually want. So let's go ahead and put these here in the center, if it will let me. We'll put that... No, we don't want it on the batteries because we're going to be taking the batteries. Actually, we're not going to be taking the batteries off anymore. So I guess we can put that there for now. Let's go ahead and snag this, put that on the side, and put this on the inside right there. I don't really like it right there in the front. A little bit too vulnerable. This, however, is now going to go... Where is that going to go? Yeah, that's going to be a thing. Let's put everything on this side as much as possible, and then will allow us to put it over here. Nope, not really. Okay, so that doesn't work out too well. We do have a base, though. I'm going to get some resources. What resources should I get? Well, that's up to you. What resources can you find? It really comes down to that. These resources right here, pretty good. Now, am I going to get the amount of money that I normally would get off of these if I don't refine them? And the answer is definitely no. If you want to get the max amount of money out of it, you'll want to refine your resources so that you can get a lot more money. I'm talking sometimes double or triple the amount of money that you would normally get. So let's come over here and take a look at our base. We might be able to move some stuff around really quickly to kind of get that fixed. So we got the conveyors already, and you can see they go in a certain direction, and then they sell over here. So if I take those off, let's move this over here. Let's actually put this thing down. Any pieces that we throw, or move we don't necessarily need on there at the moment. We can kind of move around that direction. Now, if you want to get a better picture of your base, put a bot on it, which will let you target it and get a little closer to it. You'll see there's some batteries on that thing as well. Let's see, how are we going to do this? We are going to... You know what? We're going to start from scratch. This is too chaotic, too much stuff on it that I don't like the way it's going. So let's move this stuff around. Let's go with the conveyors first. Let's grab these. You want a receiver on there as well. The more receivers you have, the more it's going to be able to pick up from your bot and hold. Each one holds, I think it's like 3 or 4 resources. So if you got a lot of stuff on your bot that you're going to want to take off very, very quickly, having extra resources or receivers is going to help you kind of start that momentum. Now it's going to come in here, it's going to get refined, and it's going to come out to the backside on this end right here. So you're going to want those doing that, and then we'll go ahead and put this on this end right here, and you'll see everything else is going to get picked up, including the let's put that here, battery pack as well. Gonna put some shields on it. Yep, shields are good. And now if I go ahead and get a little closer to it, we'll see it in action. Hopefully this will work. Come on, snag those pieces. Doesn't seem to want to snag the... Oh, I don't have it going the right direction. So let's right click on those, and now it's going to go down. It's going to get refined. Is it? Is it? It is not. Why is it not going to get... Oh, is this already refined? I think it might already be rubber block. So let's go ahead and put that on there. Change the direction. It's not going in there to get refined. I wonder why. Can I drag it onto it? Okay, so I can drag it onto... Oh, you know what? It's on the wrong piece, maybe? This needs to come over this direction? Alright, so let's move that a little bit. Let's move it this over here. Change it. There we go. Okay, so it's going the right way now. Let's move that. We'll put that over here. That way we can have more receivers on it. Okay, so that is working beautifully. It's going through. You can see it going through the other side. Comes over here and gets sold, and is getting sold for 240 a piece, which is more than enough for what we need at the moment. And you can see my power is dwindling down, unfortunately. But we got the base already set up, and we got a few more pieces. So let's go ahead and keep going with the base and setting that up a little bit more. Right now, everything is going into the cellar, which is cool, but it's not necessarily what you want. So let's go into our base blocks. You'll see we got the 4 stack. No, we don't need that. We got a fabricator. So we definitely can fabricate stuff out of it. That's nice to have there. GSO grade 5 fabricator. Now, do you want to go with just a grade 1, grade 2, grade 3? You just skip to the grade 5 one? My suggestion is have one of each. I don't know if you necessarily have to have one of each, but I do know there are certain blocks that can only be made with a grade 2 or a grade 3 or a grade 5. Because some blocks, if you have a grade 5, to my knowledge, the way it works is you have to have 5 resources on there before it makes anything. Where if you have a grade 3, it has to have 3 resources on there before it makes anything. Which means if you have a complicated piece and you need 5, you need the grade 5 one. But if you want something simple that only requires 2 pieces, 2 resources to make, you have to have a grade 2 on there. So we're going to have lanes that go down that we can channel resources through, that we can turn on and off. And there are switches like that, such as the filter conveyor. So I can put that on there and I can turn it on whenever I feel like it, and when I don't feel like it, I can turn it off again and have all the stuff being sold. So I'm just going to go ahead and give myself space for that, because I know it's coming here in the future and I want the ability to kind of mess around with that. So we'll put this way at the very end of it. In fact, we'll put 2 of them over there. Let's move that right there. We'll put 2 of them if it will let us. It doesn't seem to want to let us do it. We should be able to have one on one corner and one on the other one. What I can end up doing is putting a block right there, and now when I come over here to do this, I can remove that block and put the other one down, and they both should work. So let's try that out real quick. Let's go back to the base pieces. Let's grab this one. Nice, that works. So it's not always intuitive. Sometimes you have to kind of jury rig it so you can get the exact design that you want. Sorry guys, I had to take a little bit of drink right there. But yeah, I mean, it works. It works, and it's going to be nice. Right now, we'll go ahead and snag one of these. We'll put it on there. I think these are already refined, so it may not be able to do anything. Nope, they can still refine those. Let's see, how's it working? Pretty well. Pretty well, yeah, and it gives me room to put more of them down. If I have more conveyors, I can go back this direction and put more in line with this. How's it working over there? Yep, it's selling the stuff. 24, not too great on the price, but you know we can't expect any better at the moment. Recycler, scrapper. I'm actually gonna put the scrapper down, and I'm gonna put it right over here. Ooh, it did not like that. It did not like that at all. Wow. Okay, don't know what that was all about, but yeah, was not a fan of that in the slightest. Let's go ahead and put my... Yeah, put that down. We're going to go ahead and move that up there because we just don't have any space for it, and it's kind of getting in the way. Hopefully we can charge this up pretty soon. I might go ahead and buy a few more pieces, actually. So let's go ahead and put that down. What I want to do is buy wireless charge. No, we already have a wireless charge. We don't need any more. But what we could use is a few more conveyor pieces. So let's go into... come on, undo. Undo. I don't know why... Oh, you know what it is? This thing is hollow. It's see-through. It's transparent. And so when you click on that, you actually are clicking on things underneath it. So as I was clicking on these pieces to buy them or to look at them, I was causing some damage there. So let's go ahead and order these. I'm going to have them just get picked up immediately. Maybe more than we need, but... It gives me room to play, and I kind of want to play around with that at the moment. So let's see, what do we got? Conveyor. And it's really actually easy to build up the money you need if you just take a little bit of time and go out and harvest some stuff. So that should be good right there. We're gonna go throw on these receivers. I am gonna have to buy a few repair bubbles and definitely some batteries because I don't think I have anywhere close to the amount that I need. Let's see, what can we buy? Any more? Right here, batteries. We'll buy a few just because we need them, and then let's go back to that. I think we could scroll up a little bit. Yep, there we go. Let's buy a few of these. That's all I can afford at the moment, huh? These are a little cheaper, actually. All right, let's go out there and collect a little bit more resource, and we'll come back here in a second. What do we got nearby? Something? We might actually try to do an AI bot here in a little bit because our base is so set up and kind of protected over here. But that's one thing I am going to be doing for sure on the next episode if we don't get to it on this one, which is to create a turret, or a turret, I should say, and have some protection. Because right now, if it gets attacked, yeah, it has a repair bubble, yeah, it has shields when they have it, but it doesn't necessarily have any protection. It's not going to do any damage to the enemy. So the enemy will just sit there and damage it until there's nothing left of the power, or if I come back first, but definitely going to do some damage to it in the meantime, and I don't want that to happen, so I want to fix that if I possibly can. Let's bring it over here. You'll see as I get closer, all of these receivers will go ahead and snag this stuff, and these things will actually be turned into some fairly cool things if you allow it, but we don't have our fabricator set up, so that's not going to happen this time around. But these gray pieces, these silver ones, not the ones that are going across right now, but that one right there, that one that's going across into the converter at the moment, that's, for whatever reason, not showing me a graphic. It's completely invisible. That's the one that you're going to be using most of all. It's going invisible on that one, too. That's weird. Did it get a little hiccup in there? Let's close that down. Yeah, it's a little hiccup, but it's selling the pieces, so I guess that's fine, but... Wow, that's definitely kind of awkward on that one. Let's go ahead and buy some more pieces here really quickly. We want a whole bunch of these. That's 2 of those and 3 of these. I only was able to get 2 though. All right, let's put those down. Want that extra assurance that all this hard work. Now remember, if I move any of these pieces along the way, this entire thing snaps. So make sure it's protected at every junction, at every corner that you have something. Make sure it is protected. And if you can, put another piece down that will anchor it, that will allow you to have the ability so that if something gets destroyed, it doesn't just all kind of fall apart. There we go. So that's anchored on there. It's not anchored. There we go. That's anchored. So if we lose a piece here in the center, one of these 2 conjunction pieces, the whole thing won't snap apart because this thing is connected to the ground. At least that's the way it's supposed to work. I have seen it that even if it's anchored, it wasn't the very first piece to be anchored. And so technically in its mind, it's anchored to the bot itself and you lose this piece, it just snaps off as well. Hopefully they fix that, because that, doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like that's supposed to be the case. But it has been in the past on some of the pieces. So just kind of expect it if it happens and be ready for it. But like I said, hopefully not going to be a thing this time. Let's go ahead and put this here if I can. There we go. So our base is pretty well set up. I think it's, yeah, we can save the other ones for when we need it. We are going to need to put some batteries in here. I'm going to put them on the center so that it's protected as much as possible. And you can see it is being charged up as we speak. Let's see, where's my wireless charger? Forgot to put that on there. Now, the wireless charger will charge up the closest battery, which, however, at the moment is not my bot. There we go. So it's kind of charging up there. Don't really need that on there. In fact, I can take that off and put it on my bot at the moment. Oh, you know what? Look at that. So the blocks themselves do hold the charge. That's why I still have power on my bot at the moment, even though there's no batteries whatsoever connected to it. That's why it kind of took that initial amount of energy. That's cool. I didn't think that was a thing in the past. I don't think it was at all, even remotely. All right, so we got that. Where is my anchor block that I want to put down? Is it in here? I don't see it in there. Let's go into all of our pieces because it has to be in here somewhere. Anchor block, anchor block. No, I don't see it in there at all. Really? Did I put that down somewhere? Or did I lose it? That's not a good sign. Alright, well, let's buy another one then. They're not too expensive. And I want the rotating one anyway, so let's go with the rotating. We'll put this down over here. Now, I could go into text, and I already have several designed, but for the ones that I already designed and already built, you'll see we have the Ultra one. We can't afford that one yet, and even if we could, there's several pieces on it that we have not discovered. We can go with, where is it at? Not the ugly, Small Fry. Small Fry will work. We don't have the Venture Hailfire rifles on there, and we don't have the AI. The AI is easy enough to make, though. For now, though, we're just going to go ahead and make our own, something you guys have not seen yet. Let's go ahead and charge that up real quick, and we'll put that back on there. We'll go off and collect some more resources. I don't think we're going to get into any fights, so we definitely don't need that fully charged, but usually want to take the extra precaution. Now, the resources, do they regenerate? Do they come back? The answer to that is yes, they do. Some of them come back a whole lot faster than other ones. That really, really expensive ones. Really good stuff, like the green ones out there in the distance. In fact, we're going to go out there and snag some of that. Those definitely take a long time. They take their sweet little time coming back, which means, do you want to sell those, or do you want to make an item out of that? Normally, I would say make an item out of it, but to start with, because we need cash, we're going to go ahead and, just go ahead and get the money out of it. You can actually see as we were destroying those, some of the resources were getting destroyed in the process because they were flapping off, or popping off of that while my weapons were going off, and my weapons were doing damage to them. So if you want to make sure you don't take any damage to those at all, go ahead and get a drill. Drills do not do any damage whatsoever to the resources, and they do amazingly well when you're mining stuff. I mean, that's what they're made for. So if you're going to have a bot that just goes out and collects resources and comes back and makes you money, which ideally is the way it's supposed to work. At some point down the road, that is supposed to be a thing. Has not yet been my experience that those bots, those AI modules work that well. They have some refining to do, but yeah, maybe one day they won't ram me in my butt continuously over and over and over again. If that sounds overtly sexual, I don't know what to say to that other than I'm not the one who programmed it. I'm just dealing with what the case is at the moment, and there's no other way for me to put it other than that's exactly what they do. They ram me from behind again and again and again. It's almost like they want to be, again, overtly sexual, but it's like they want to be one with you. Wherever your cab is, that's where they consider themselves like they want to merge with that block. And so if your cab is like in the inside of your design, it's like right smack dab in the center, which is a good place for it. It's nice and protected. They have to go through a lot to get to it. Then apparently so does the cab that you designed that's supposed to go off and actually do something. It has to go right through the center of your bot, and so it just kind of rams you again and again and again. I don't know why it always comes from backwards from the behind it, but The only thing I can think of is the game programs a lot of features into it to find like your weakest point, and maybe for some weird reason, it's doing the same thing, trying to find your weakest point. And the weakest is always the back of my bot, just because I want to have that ability to, be able to refine stuff and pick stuff up. And usually it's the last place that I ever get around to, kind of getting back up onto protection wise and things of that sort. So yeah, it's usually my weak point. Even though sometimes I will go overboard and make sure that I have what it needs to protect it, and maybe go way more than it needs to protect it. But there's no reason you can't go overkill. Like overpowered. One of my nephews, yeah, he loves watching anybody who plays like first person shooters. And when he watches something his father started, my brother would be like overpowered, overkill, right? And he would use like a bazooka on killing like the single tiny little grunt, or whatever. And he just get a kick out of watching that. And he would go in there, and every single time you're playing a first person shooter, he'd go in there and be like, overkill, overkill. He'd want you to use like the best weapon you had to do the most damage to the weakest enemy. And he got a kick out of that. So not really a downside to doing that, other than you're wasting like really good ammo. And this one, there's no wasting ammo. If you can get like the big turret, the big what is it called, the big boy gun or something like that, which just has massive power, then you can do something like that and make just a mess over everything. I guess the only downside I would say is if you do overpower or overkill, there's not going to be much left of the bot you just destroyed, which means you're not going to make a lot of money off of it. But yeah, it definitely is something you can try to take advantage of if you're capable of doing that. But yeah, kind of be aware of that one. Now, where do you put these things? Do you put them on every corner? Usually a triangle is the best method I've seen. Go ahead and we're going to get 2 more of those. So let's get 1 and 2, and we're going to put those things down, like one right over here and one right over here on this end, if we can. Let me zoom out a little bit. Nope. We'll put it right over here. We want to have room to grow, but these are easy to kind of move around for the most part. Now, you can't pick up an anchor block like this with everything attached to it and move it from one location to the next. I wish you could. That would be really, really nice to be able to click a little button and say, set it, and have all of that stuff that's on it be a thing from now on, or just give you the ability to move it. That is definitely not the case yet. Will it be in the future? They have mentioned that is kind of what they want to do with it, but they haven't got around to it yet. So yeah, just be prepared for that. If you're going to put anything on it, you're going to need to move it around as well. Let's see, can we go ahead and put any blocks down? Do we have any blocks to put down? I should say. We got a few. That should be enough. We're going to make them go up more than anything else. Now remember, this does follow the same... Actually, I think we're going to do this on the next episode, or I might get started in between this episode and the next, just to give ourselves a head start. But you can kind of see the basis of what we got going on here. Again, guys, I am AC Gamer. I definitely want to thank you all for watching. I would love to hear your comments. Let me know what you guys think of the designs, what you want to see in the future, and whether you guys have any questions whatsoever when it comes to bases or blocks. I'm not an expert on the game, but I have been playing for quite some time now, so I probably will be able to answer your question. And if I can't answer your question, I'm pretty sure one of my viewers who happen to be incredibly gifted, incredibly knowledgeable about this game will be able to help you. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.